Hello everyone and welcome to Sabonis. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a pasta dish that many say look like a lasagna in the end. But no, it's not the same. The flavor and texture are completely different. And I'm going to show you why. Today we are making the original Nonna Saboni recipe, manicotti stuffed with meat. It's very similar to cannelloni, but we use manicotti pasta. And of course, Nonna Saboni original meat filling. But what exactly is cannelloni and where does it come from? Okay, cannelloni is Italian, of course, and its name comes from the cylindrical shape of the pasta, derived from the Latin word canna, meaning reed in English. Some say it first appeared in 18th century with similar preparations like paccheri, and it became popular in bourgeois cuisine of the time. Its recipe spread quickly across regions, influencing local cooking traditions. Manicotti is considered a more modern popular Italian-American variation of cannelloni. The word manicotti usually refers to baked dish made with pasta tubes or crepes stuffed with ricotta cheese. Cannelloni, on the other hand, are pasta sheets rolled around the filling, often with meat. Today we're going to use manicotti pasta tubes, filling them with meat, cannelloni style, following Nonna Saboni original recipe. So enjoy the video, and at the end I will summarize all the ingredients so you can write them down. We start with 1 pound of ground beef and 1 pound of Italian sausage, which is a mix of pork and veal. No need for oil. The fat from the meat will give us exactly what we need. Cook the meats for about 4 minutes until they change color and are partially cooked. Add 1 medium onion, finely diced, and a pinch of salt to help it sweat. Stir. We want all the liquid from the ingredients to evaporate so the flavors can concentrate. Now, add 50 grams of diced celery, 50 grams of grated carrot, and 25 grams of red bell pepper. Keep stirring over high heat so everything cooks evenly. Add another pinch of salt and black pepper. After a few minutes, add 2 cloves of garlic minced or in paste form. Keep stirring. We want all the liquid to cook off, leaving just the concentrate flavors and a beautiful texture. After about 10 minutes, once the onion and celery have caramelized, add the seasonings. 1 gram of oregano, 4 grams of paprika, a pinch of cumin. Mix well to incorporate. Now comes the key ingredient, 150 grams of tomato paste. Cook the tomato paste until it caramelizes slightly and coats the meat mixture. And add 150 grams of water to help it cook through. Let it simmer until most of the water evaporates. Taste the seasoning. Adjust salt and pepper if needed. Remember, always taste. Cook for about 5 minutes until the mixture looks shiny, sticky, and rich. While the filling finishes cooking, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and give this video a like. It really helps me to keep sharing Italian and Peruvian kitchen tips and recipes with you. Okay, once the filling is ready, turn off the heat and add 50 grams of finely chopped Italian parsley. Mix well so it's evenly distributed, and transfer into a bowl to cool slightly. Now let's make the bechamel sauce. In a saucepan pan over medium heat, melt 70 grams of unsalted butter. Make sure it's real butter, no margarine, because butter's fat contents make a difference big flavor and texture. Once melted, add 70 grams of sifted all-purpose flour. Using a whisk, mix until it looks like wet sand. Cook for at least 4 minutes. This is key to removing the raw taste to the flour. Add 2 grams of nutmeg and keep whisking. Now, slowly add 1 liter of fresh cold milk, a little at a time, whisking constantly to avoid lumps. Remember, cold milk is crucial. The temperature shocks help prevent clumps from forming. Keep whisking as the mixture thickens, about 3 minutes. Once all the milk is incorporated, bring it to a gentle boil, still whisking. Adjust salt and pepper to taste. When it comes to a boil, your bechamel sauce is ready. Transfer it to a container and, very important, cover it with plastic wrap to the skin so it touches the sauce directly and prevents a crust from forming. For the pasta, today I won't be making from scratch because I plan to create several videos using store-bought pasta, the kind you can easily find at the supermarket. This pasta, in particular, manicotti, is designed specifically to be filled with smooth mixtures like ricotta and spinach or just cheese. That means filling that can be piped in with a pastry back directly into the manicotti, a classic piping bag like the ones you use for baking. Now, filling the manicotti with meat is a bit of challenge. It can be tricky and a little tedious, okay? But it's doable. So that's exactly what I want to show you today. For this, first we need to blanch the manicotti. Basically, pre-cook them just enough so they hydrate, release some of their starch, and become easy to work with. So bring a pot of water to a boil with a generous pinch of salt and add a little bit of olive oil. Now, olive oil in pasta water isn't typically, but in this case we really do need it. The oils coat the surface of the manicotti and keeps them from sticking together while they cool, which is very important before filling them. Once the water is in a full rolling boil, I mean a strong boil, add all the manicotti to the pot at once. Cook them for just 4 minutes, no longer. Then drain them and place them on a cooling rack or mesh tray, spreading them out so they don't stick together. Let them cool completely. And then we are ready to start assembling the dish. For the assembly, bring over the meat filling, the bechamel sauce, 600 milliliters of tomato juice made from peeling tomatoes, 100 grams of mozzarella cheese, 100 grams of Parmesan cheese, and about 6 fresh basil leaves finely chopped. We start by spreading a layer of bechamel sauce and tomato juice on the bottom of the baking dish. This prevents the pasta from sticking to the dish while baking. Now carefully fill each manicotti with the meat mixture. Take your time so they are nice and full. Arrange them in the dish in a single layer. Once all the manicotti are filled and arranged, spoon bechamel sauce over the top, sprinkle mozzarella cheese, and pour on some of the tomato juice. Personally, I like to use a generous amount of tomato juice. It helps the manicotti finish hydrating and cooking evenly in the oven. Then sprinkle a bit more of the meat filling on top, so that every bite has that delicious caramelized flavor. Follow with the finely chopped basil leaves, skirting them evenly. Next, Cover everything with another layer of bechamel sauce. Remember, this sauce turns beautiful golden in the oven, giving the dish an amazing finish. Finally, top with 100 grams of Parmesan cheese. This is what will melt and form that gorgeous gratin crust. Now it's time for the oven. Bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. And if you like, at the very end, switch the oven to broil, top heat only, for about 1 extra minute and get the perfectly golden bubbly top. But be careful, don't walk away from the oven while it's under the broiler. Take it out as soon as it reaches the color you want. After 20 minutes, take it out of the oven, and this is the moment when everyone at home tells me, it looks like lasagna. But no, it's not. The flavor is completely different. The dish doesn't have a bolognese sauce, and the pasta itself has a very different taste and texture. The meat filling we made has that sweet caramelized flavor, and when it comes together with the bechamel sauce, the taste is simply irresistible. You won't want to stop eating. Let it cool for at least 20 minutes before serving. This is very important so it sets and doesn't fall apart when you cut it. To serve, simply cut through the top layer of gratined cheese. Gently scoop out 2 stuffed manicotti with plenty of sauce. And plate them. Garnish with a fresh parsley leaf on top. And this is it, manicotti stuffed with meat. Just like Nonna Saboni used it to make. Now for the best part. Let's taste it. Delicious. Let's recap all the ingredients. For the filling, 1 pound of ground beef, 1 pound of Italian sausage, 1 medium onion, 25 grams of red bell pepper, 50 grams of grated carrot, 50 grams of diced celery, 2 garlic cloves minced, 1 gram of oregano, pinch of cumin, 4 grams of paprika, 150 grams of tomato paste, 150 grams of water, 50 grams Italian parsley, salt and pepper to taste. For the bechamel sauce, 70 grams unsalted butter, 70 grams all-purpose flour, 1 little fresh milk, 2 grams nutmeg, salt and pepper to taste. For assemble, 1 box manicotti pasta, 100 grams Parmesan cheese, 100 grams mozzarella cheese, 600 milliliters tomato sauce. For garnish, parsley leaf. I hope you enjoyed this recipe and that you try it at home. Do not forget to leave me a comment telling me how yours turned out, any question you may have or a special recipe you'd like me to make for you. I'll see you in the next video, and remember what Nonna Saboni used to say. It's not just about eating, it's about enjoying every bite as if it were the last. Arrivederci!